Hello, you guys. Thank you to whoever gave me that thumbs up. I appreciate you. Whether you thumbs me up or not, I appreciate you for stopping by for a few seconds, a few minutes, or however long you decide to stay. I appreciate you. Hope that you got some exercise in today. Whoever is in this live, whoever is catching the replay, I hope you got some exercise in today. 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 I hope you got some in. Cardiovascular. If you did nothing else, cardiovascular, aerobic activities, I hope that you guys got some in today. All right? I encourage people to do an hour. But that being said, you do whatever it is that your body will allow you to do, whether it's 5 minutes, 10 minutes, 15 minutes, 30 minutes, however long your body will go. You know you. So as long as you do something nonstop and you just keep moving those legs, those feet, those arms, right? Put some pep in your step. One step at a time, one foot in front of the other, but you keep moving consistently. Be consistent. And in order to make sure that you're consistent, you got to put some persistency behind it, right? You have to put some persistency behind it. So whatever you do, and that's not just with exercise, that's whatever you do in life. You want to be consistent, and you want to be persistent about being consistent, okay? So keep moving. Tap the thumbs up if you don't mind. Say hello if you would like. If not, just walk with me. Walk and talk with me. That's what we do over here in Lions Pride. Lions' legs move. We move. We walk and talk. And we keep moving. We're going uphill right now. If you can walk and talk comfortably, the key word is comfortably. It is a good sign of your fitness level. But guess what? If you can't, that's okay. It doesn't mean you're not fit. Some people just can't. Some people don't want to. And some people, if they can't do it comfortably, they don't. We walk and talk, but the key component is the walking, the moving, pushing forward, pushing. You want to keep moving, keep walking, keep pushing, keep climbing, keep elevating. And most importantly, keep motivating yourself. Don't look for anybody else to motivate you. You can get ideas from people. You can like what they do. You can do what they do. But don't find yourself trying to be a carbon copy of anybody, okay? Be you. Do what works for you and be consistent. Those legs go all the way up. Hello, let me see. The one and only Nicole. Hi, the one and only Nicole. How are you? Happy Thoughtful Thursday to you. And to everybody who happens to come across this live. Whether you catch it on the shorts feed, the live stream feed, however you catch it. Happy Thursday to you. I almost said happy Monday. I almost said happy Monday. What am I doing? Am I going backwards or forward? Well, it's Thursday and I'm thinking Monday. So we keep moving. Again, we're persistent about it and we're consistent. In order to be consistent, you have to be persistent, right? One step at a time. Just keep moving, keep walking, keep pushing, keep climbing. And there are so many ways you can get in your cardiovascular exercise, right? Everybody wants to jump on the walking bandwagon. And it starts to feel like it's a bandwagon because people overemphasize it so much. Walking is not your only mechanism to doing cardiovascular work, right? You can walk, you can skip, you can jog, we can run. But I can't run because I have the phone in my hand. I don't like wearing the phone on my neck. So I can never really run with you guys. We do spurts of jogging from time to time. But again, just like when you're walking and talking, you need to be able to do it comfortably. And if you cannot, the most important component is the walking. Same thing with moving. You can walk, you can jog, you can skip, you can hop, you can run, right? You can do some stop and go, move some ankles, little basketball, flag football, softball, kickball, handball, tennis. You can go swimming, right? You can ride your bike through your neighborhood, take it out, put it on your car, take it to the park, right? Get on your stationary bike. Too hot, too cold outside, get on your stationary bike. You want to swim and it's too hot, go in an indoor pool. You want to swim and it's too cold, go in an indoor pool, right? Go in an indoor pool. Do whatever it is that you can do. Mountain climbing, hiking, skiing. I just named like 17 or so things you can do. I always do that though. I tell you guys so many things that you can do. Walking is not the only mechanism to health and fitness, health and wellness, being healthy. It's just one of them. It's one of the free ones. It's one of the easy ones. But again, walk, jog, run, skip, hike, ride your bike, get on your stationary bike, your elliptical, your mini stepper, your walking pad, your treadmill, go hiking, skiing, mountain climbing, play tennis, softball, basketball, do something. Just get up and move your body. You want to work your body. Work your body, work your body. Make sure you don't hurt your body. Don't overextend. Don't do things that you are not trained to do. Don't do things that you don't do regularly. And when you want to try new things, be safe about it. Don't do everything that you see somebody else do. When you do, you put yourself at risk for injury. Just be you. Be you. Because the person you're trying to be is already taken. All right? So just learn to be you. Learn to settle with the things that you can do. Who wants to be a carbon copy of somebody? Believe it or not, there are some mentally sick people who want to be carbon copies of you. You just got to keep moving. You got to keep moving. Again, thank you guys for coming through. I appreciate you. I haven't had any moderators to come through yet, but as always, I appreciate them, the subscribers, the people who are just stopping by to say hello or just to see what's going on. Okay? And of course, we appreciate YouTube, the platform, because they don't have to give us this platform. They don't have to allow us to have it, but they do. And many times people don't appreciate it. They don't appreciate it. I hear music in the distance approaching me, so we're going to hit the mute for a minute. Okay, so there was music. We hit the mute for a minute, but it's all good. The outside noise is just a part of nature, basically. You can just, hey, it's out here. Airplanes, helicopters, trains, cars, kids playing. One of the most joyful sounds in the world. Kids playing, laughing, having a good time. When you're outside walking or doing any type of exercise, those are the things that you will hear that aren't necessarily a part of nature, but they are a part of nature, right? So bask in those things as well. Bask in the sound of kids playing, dogs barking, right? Helicopters flying above, airplanes flying above, right? The kids let you know the importance of human beings, the most innocent form of human beings, children, right? The helicopters let you know about advancements in technology. You hear the helicopters, you hear the airplanes, you hear the trains, you hear the vehicles. Sometimes the music can be a bit much. Sometimes the music can be a bit much because people often believe that other people want to hear their music. But hey, it's just a part of being outside. It's nice. I hope that wherever you guys are, it is nice in your area. We're halfway done. We're trying to do just 30 today. Usually we do an hour or more, sometimes two. But at bare minimum, 30 to 45 minutes or so. Just under an hour. Because why, again, I recommend each and every person, I encourage each and every person to move nonstop for an hour straight. Barring any injuries or health reasons that prevent that, okay? If you have any injuries, any health issues, and your doctor says you can move, but you only need to do 30 minutes, then you stick to the prescription, okay? You stick to the doctor's orders. Stick to the plan, stick with the program. Because as we know, before starting, restarting, taking a break from, stopping, any exercise plan, routine, regimen, or schedule, you need to what? Consult your healthcare team. Your healthcare team is made up of your doctor. Some people have a nurse practitioner instead. Some people have a physician's assistant. Some people have all three. You have specialty doctors for certain issues, right? Occupational therapists, physical therapists if you've had injuries in the past, nutritionists, dietitians. Some of these people you may not have off the bat, but you may have had before. Sometimes you need to consult with them. And that's okay. That is your healthcare team. They form a circle around you. I call that circle a cell, an atom, and you're the nucleus. You're the nucleus. You're the most important part of the team. You're like the quarterback, right? You're the quarterback, right? You're the star of the team. But as a quarterback, you can't do it all alone, right? You have to have help from your linemen, right? The offensive squad has to have help from the defensive squad, right? Can't do it all alone. The quarterback needs protection, right? Right? And when they're off the field, they need for their defense to be stout, right? So you're the quarterback, and though the quarterback gets the most attention, the rest of the team shines, right? The rest of the team shines. So they're shining all around you. Your healthcare team, they're shining all around you. They have locked arm in arm and hand in hand around you. And hopefully, you know, you have picked a good team and they're looking out for your best interests. Most importantly, you, as your own quarterback, you're looking out for your best interests, right? You are your biggest advocate when it comes to your health, your strength, your physical well-being, your mental well-being, your spiritual, your emotional well-being. You are your biggest advocate, right? Those other people are advocates for you, but you are your biggest advocate, right? So have your lines of communication open between you and your team, right? You got to block for your, listen, the quarterback needs blockers. He needs good blockers, right? So your healthcare team, they're your blockers, right? You got to get open. Wide receivers got to get open. And you do that through communication. Your healthcare team has wide receivers. They have running backs that get open, right? They have people who block for you. You scan the field and you let them know what time it is. So when you as the quarterback of your healthcare team, You let your team know what time it is. Let them know how you feel. When you feel good, when you don't feel so good. When you feel like something is working or something is not working. We're going uphill. We're inclining all right. But we ain't doing those little slopes or little slides. We're going up hills, right? We're pushing these legs. We're pulling. Think of something pulling you up the hill. Just go, 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 go like a little train that could. If you can't talk and do it comfortably, don't do it. Just focus on pulling up this hill. Getting on up here. Up, 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 up. Keep on rising to the top. To the top. When you're going uphill, when you're going downhill, pay close attention to your footwork. Your feet work, your footwork, however you want to say it. Say your feet work. Pay attention. So, again, you are your biggest advocate. And your healthcare team, they're surrounding you, making sure that everything goes okay. We've got 10 more minutes. And we'll be done. We're keeping it short today. Okay? I don't see a lot of people saying anything, but guess what? It's not always what you say. Sometimes it's how you say it, and sometimes it's what you don't say. Okay? So I just want you to listen and be encouraged to get up and move. I hope you've already motivated yourselves, right? I'm not here to really motivate you, because that motivating somebody takes a lot. And sometimes it doesn't take anything but a word. But I prefer to encourage. Did y'all see my thing? I just felt it. I was flying. I just felt it fall off. I prefer to encourage people to just keep moving. Keep moving. All right? That's what you do. You keep moving, one step at a time, one foot in front of the other, and just know that you got it. You got it. You don't have to worry about what somebody else is doing, especially when you're trying to be a carbon copy. Just do you. Do you. Because that's the only person you can be. That's the only person you should be competing with, is yourself. Yourself. You are your best competition. You are the best measuring block, the best ruler, the best barometer by which you can measure your progress. You. What did you do yesterday? What did you do last week? What did you do 2 weeks ago, a month ago, 6 months ago, last year? Have you improved on those things that you did? That is your measuring stick. That is your ruler. That is the barometer. That is the thermometer by which you should measure your actions, your present, your current actions, and your future actions. How can you be better today than you were yesterday? For God's will, how can you be better tomorrow than you were today? That's the only person you should be competing with. Some people will empty their pocketbooks, empty their wallets, trying to compete where they don't compare. Just to say to themselves that they can do what you do, when honestly they can't do half of what you do. They can do some of what you show them you know how to do. You don't want to be that person. You don't want to be that person. I was always taught to be a leader, not a follower. And even if you don't want to call yourself a leader, you solo dolo. You can be solo dolo. Be original. Doesn't take a lot because there's only one you anyway. Be original. Be creative. Oftentimes it doesn't take a lot to be creative. Be mindful. Know that you are worthy. of doing things your way, not being like a Xerox machine and copying every other way. We can do a lot of the same things, but when people kind of add touches, add their own touch, that's all you need to create creativity. That's all you need is to be creative. In order to be creative, add your own touch. That's it, that's all. If I start doing something different today, there's somebody who will start doing something different. At first, they were so in love with walking. They're like, okay, well, this is looking like carbon copies. So let's just add some more stuff. Then they want to add some more stuff. When at first you couldn't tell them nothing. They was just so gung-ho to walk. You switch it up a little bit, they switch it up a little bit. Be flattered. There's some be flattered when people can't do anything without monitoring you to see how you do it. But there's flattery, and then there's being obsessive. Know your role. Know which one to be. So we keep moving, keep talking, keep walking, keep talking. That's what we do over here. We don't bother anybody unless they bother us. We keep moving, we keep walking, we keep talking, we keep climbing, we keep pushing, right? We keep reaching. We try our best to keep elevating. To be who we can be, the best, to be the best you can be. We got traffic coming, so we keep moving. We come to a standstill, right? But we keep moving. Look at the legs move. Watch the legs move. Look at the feet move. Watch the feet move. Just because there's traffic and we come to a standstill doesn't mean we stop moving. Hold on, there's music. Okay, it wasn't that bad, but it was kind of low and it creeped up on me. So we try to talk so that we can kind of, we can't handle that music. We're not strong enough to handle that music, but we can interfere with it, right? We can interfere with it. We can interfere with the sound. So we've got I said 10 minutes, I said 10 minutes about 6 minutes ago or so. You hear the train? Usually in this area you hear helicopters and planes, especially planes. But sometimes we'll hear a train. Like I said, it's like it's all a part of nature. So when we get to traffic, we have action. And we keep moving though. We stop, we allow the traffic to do what it does, but we keep moving. And it feels so nice out here. For this to be August, this is one of the coolest August months that has been in a long, long time. This August 2025, I don't remember the last time there was an August this cool. It gets hot now and it gets humid. But there have been many days, whether it rained or not. And August has been really cool, really chill. That's a good thing. I want you guys to be safe because school is back in most places by now. And let me tell you, kids are coming in with runny nose, stuffy noses, sneezing, coughing, aches and pains, muscle soreness. So for the most part, they're having, little bugs or colds. But that other word is very active this year already. And as we learned prior, it doesn't really prefer a particular season. When we dealt with it the last time, it was summer, winter, spring, and fall. Fall and winter probably a little bit more just because of the close proximity as far as schools go. But yeah, Be careful, protect yourselves in whichever form of protection that you want to use. Okay? If you want to mask up, mask up. If you want to use gloves, use gloves. Whatever it is that you want to do, because there's a new 2025 and it is out here. So protect yourselves, be mindful, mindful of yourselves, mindful of your family, mindful of others. Don't assume that you are a doctor. Many doctors don't know a lot about research, unless they're doctors of research. So don't act like you know about these different bugs that float around and you don't. The most you know is how it made you and your family feel. That's about all you know. You don't know how it made anybody else feel. You often don't know the mode of transportation for these different bugs until they've been around for a while. A lot of them we know, but when there's a new strand or a new variant, listen, you don't know what's up. You just have to wait and see and hope to be, protected. Protect yourself however you choose to. Just make sure you do something to protect yourselves. One person may go all out, another person may do one or two things, but just do something. Do something. Again, think of yourself, think of your families, and think of others. Because nowadays, people don't think of others. People think of themselves, and they want to control others. People think of themselves, and they want to control others. What gives you the right to control anybody else? As long as they're not doing something to harm somebody or, breaking laws. Let people do what they do. Let them protect themselves the way that they want to. Just like they do everything else the way that they want to. Just like you do things the way that you want to. So it has been 30 minutes. We're going to finish up this lap, and that will be the walk and talk for today. Okay? That's what we do. We walk and talk. Sometimes you guys talk with me. Sometimes you just walk with me. And that's the most important part. If you don't say a word, if I can encourage you to continue what you've motivated yourself to do, or what someone else has motivated you to do, or if I've motivated you to do something, that's good. But that's not really my goal. If it happens, it happens. My goal is to encourage you to do the things that you've already been motivated to do. Some people will say, well, what's the difference? They're synonymous. To me, there's a heavier burden when you talk about motivating. Some people are just natural motivators. You can't help who you motivate. And as long as you're motivating them in a positive way, that's great. Some people set out and seek to be motivators. I no longer do that. Because when you do that, sometimes negative comes from it. So what I do is if I know what your goals are, or whatever your goals are, if I don't have to know, if it's something positive, and you come across my live broadcast or replay, I want to encourage you to do whatever it is positive in your life that you have decided to do, that you have motivated yourself to do, that you have decided to do, that someone else has motivated you to do, that I may have motivated you to do. But my goal is to encourage you, after you've taken that first step, to keep moving, keep putting one foot in front of the other, keep stepping, keep reaching, keep climbing, keep pulling, keep pushing, whatever it takes to elevate yourself. Just keep doing it. Try your best to keep doing it. Be consistent, remember, and be persistent about being consistent. We're going to slow down a little bit and get this cool down in. Remember, I have a lot of different things that I say over here because we don't want to be carbon copies over here, right? So we think of our exercise as food, okay? It's food. Our warm-up is our appetizer. Our workout is our entree. Our cool down is our dessert, okay? And I have already worked out today. And what I do most days is come on here and I get in a second dessert. It's actually honestly, it's a second cardio exercise because we walk for at least 30 minutes. So we cool down. Remember, before you start, you want to stretch. You want to warm up 5 to 10 minutes, whichever you prefer, whatever your body is geared toward doing, right? 5 to 10 minutes, get those muscles ready to work. Get those tissues ready to receive that work, right? Those synovial cavities that create the synovial fluid that your joints need for lubrication, okay? All right, you want to gradually get that heart rate up. You don't want to shock yourself. You don't want to shock your body. You want to gradually get your heart rate up and ready to work. Those respirations are going to go up. That blood pressure is going to go up. That heart rate is going to go up. And that is what's supposed to happen, but you're supposed to do it gradually. And you work. You work. As your workout winds down, the exercise part of your workout, you want to get all of those vitals back down to normal, okay? Get them all back down to normal. You want to get that heart rate back down to resting heart rate. Hi, LK. How are you? Good morning. I'm sorry. I don't know how long you've been there. I had to hit my chat, my messages, and flip them from top to all. So if you've been there a while, thank you for being here, and thank you for saying hello, and thank you for the compliment. I appreciate you, LK. So you want to cool down, and when you cool down, you want to do the opposite of what you did during the warm-up. Now you're going to stretch for both, but during the warm-up, you get that body ready to work, gradually getting all those vitals up. And your cool down, you get that body ready to calm back down. You get that heart rate back down to normal, right? You slow down so that the breathing can come back to normal. The respirations can return to about 16 to 18, maybe 20, depending on the person. Maybe even 22, right? You want to get that heart rate back down. And when I say these numbers, these are just numbers, kind of run-of-the-mill, general numbers. If you took 100 people, maybe 70 to 75% will have that number. But you know what number is good for you, right? We got traffic, so we're just moving. You know what number is good for you. You and your doctor, you and your healthcare team, they know about you, right? And what numbers are good for you. Sometimes people's numbers tend to go on the high end as normal. Sometimes people's numbers tend to fall on the low end of normal. Some people's fall right in the middle. But it's just a general guideline. So you want to get that heart rate back down to maybe about 75 to 100, 80 to 100, right? Get that blood pressure as close to 120 over 80 as you can, hopefully lower. Not too low, right? Remember, don't do anything you hear me say or see me do over here without contacting, consulting with, having a conversation with, communicating with your primary healthcare provider, your primary healthcare team. Anything you see me do and you do it, or you hear me say and you do so at your own risk. There are many of us who have licenses, okay, to say the things that we say and to do the things that we do. So our disclaimers hold water. They hold weight. All right? You have other people who just throw out disclaimers just because they hear it's the thing to do. So listen to someone who can tell you for sure. A professional disclaimer is there for a reason. Don't do any of the things that you see anyone do. Definitely that you see me do or hear me say, unless you have consulted with your healthcare team. And those things are great for you. They may have to modify certain things you have to do in moderation. I call those things M&Ms, right? Not the candy coated chocolate. Not the candy coated chocolate. But the M&Ms of Lion's Pride. The M&Ms of Lion's Pride. Moderation and modification. I often use the example. If you can't do a deep squat, right? Do a baby squat. You can't do a deep lunge, do a baby lunge. Don't hurt your joints. Don't try to do what you see someone else doing just because you want to try and show and prove. When you do, you put yourself at risk for injury. Don't try to do things that you just get a whim up the butt to do. And you know that you probably can't do it. You put yourself at risk for injury. If you have already had injuries to your knees, your hips, your ankles, why would you try to do something that puts stress and pressure and weight on it in an unhealthy way? All trying to show that you can be like the Haskells, the rascals, right? Don't do that. It's the most unintelligent thing you can do, is to try to compete where you don't compare. Compare and compete with you, because that is the best guideline that you have to use. You. Where you are, where you were, where you are, and where you would like to be. Now, we're going to talk about the R words over here. That's what we do in Lions Pride. When we wind down these Let's Walk and Talk originals, make sure that you get you some rest today, tonight, tomorrow, this weekend. Tomorrow is Friday. Have yourself a fun-filled Friday. Treat yourself. Some people do it on Friday because they work on the weekends. Some people do it on Friday to get started early. But just find some time in each and every day, if you can, to treat yourself. Okay? Treat yourself. Doesn't have to cost a lot of money. Just sit outside on your porch or on your patio, take some deep breaths in and out, and get a little bit of extra relaxation. Maybe that you couldn't get during the week because you were working, because you were helping the kids with school, because you were helping your parents, because you were helping your siblings, because you were helping friends, because you were just busy yourself. Okay? So rest, relax, release. Release the bad things, bad people and situations. Resolve the things that you can, right? Relinquish the things that you can't. God is in control of it. Remember who you are. Respect yourself. Make sure that you reconstruct some things. And I always tell you guys to remember who you were, know who you are, and remember who you want to be. All right? I always tell y'all know we finish up with the R words, right? R is a very good letter, right? Hey, Big O. Big O said, hey, boo. Hey, boo. What's going on, boo? That's my Big O. So, replenish. All right? Y'all know we cannot get out of here without going over a few of the R words, right? Restore, reconstruct, rebuild, recuperate. Has this been a long week for you? Recuperate. Remind yourself of who you are. Remind yourself of who you were. The parts of you that you didn't like, leave it back there. The parts of you that you love, keep it, build on it, and remind yourself of who you can be, right? Hey, Carla. Hello, Lions Pride. You be walking for real. Hey, Carla. I ain't seen you in a while. Thank you for coming in. You and Big O. I had quite a few people come through here, but they weren't talking. But that's okay. I enjoyed them. I enjoyed them. They were hanging around for a minute. They got tired of me around about 30 minutes. They got tired of me around about 30 minutes. So just remember, replenish, refill, restore, respect yourself. Remove things from you that shouldn't be, that you don't want to be, and that don't have to be. Okay? And y'all know that there's a 4-letter word that I love as well. It's SELF, self. Self-love, self-motivation. Motivate your damn self. All right? It's all right to get some motivation from other people, but motivate yourself. Receive your motivation from God and motivate yourself. I know it's hard sometimes. It's hard out here for a pimp. But try your best. Try your best. Look, Carla laughing at me. Who is that still here? I got one person still here. Is that Carla or Big O? Big O probably dipped on me. Big O over here talking about, hey, boo. Carla, he probably went on to the next boo. He probably went on to the next boo. So yeah, self-determination, self-esteem, self-evaluation, self-promotion. Promote yourself. If you don't, who will? Shoot, promote yourself. Get that self-esteem in check. And be selfish sometimes. It's okay. Selfish doesn't have to be a negative word always. Even selfish can be good. You got to be selfish in order to keep yourself together. Try to keep yourself intact. Keep yourself up physically, mentally, spiritually, emotionally. Right? Because it's all about your heart, mind, body, and soul. Right? It's all about your heart, your mind, your body, and your soul. It's about your senses. Believe it or not, it's not just 5. It's not just 7. Okay? We have many senses. Utilize those senses. Okay? Keep things, when you see things half full and half empty, it depends on the person. It depends on the situation. When you see that your cup is half full, do you look at that as a good thing or a bad thing? Or does it depend on the situation? Sometimes because a cup is half of something, doesn't always mean a bad thing. It can be half full because you started with nothing, right? Now you're halfway to something else. Good. Or you can look at it as half empty. Maybe you had too much going on. You were overflowing and something wrong. Now it's gotten to that midpoint. So that bad thing or that bad activity or whatever it is half gone, half over. So it just depends. Is it half empty or half full? Is that a good thing or a bad thing? And sometimes it can just be neither, right? So you guys, listen, I wish you all peace. You know that I do. Positivity and prosperity. Why? You know why. Whenever you're in a place that's not peaceful, whether it be an actual physical place, brick and mortar, or your mind, body and soul, right? Spiritually, you have chaos. And even when you don't have chaos, you may not just have things lined up the way you want them to be. Right? When there's no positivity, a lot of times there's negativity. Could be kind of neutrality, but sometimes there's negativity. So wherever chaos and negativity roam, you what? You fail to prosper to your fullest potential. I'm not going to say you won't prosper, but if you get as much of that chaos and negativity out of your mind, heart, body, and soul as you can, not that it won't all go away, not that it will all go away, but if you can get as much out as you can, hopefully you will prosper to your fullest potential. All right? Prosper to your fullest potential. You'll reach those goals, short-term and long-term. Right? I want you guys to reach your short-term goals, your long-term goals, and I want that for me. I want us to, okay, peace, positivity, and prosperity, so that we can walk purposefully, peacefully into our purpose, right? Doesn't mean things will be perfect. Doesn't mean it'll be all just right. But you want to get out, you want to release as much of the bad as you can, remove as much of the bad as you can, restore as much of the good as you can, replenish that cup, okay? Refill, rebuild, and restore. So that is it for tonight on Lion's Pride Let's Walk and Talk Original. Again, thank you to all those people that came through here. I appreciate you. I saw my Cash App go off twice. Whoever that was, I appreciate you. I appreciate you. Whoever that was, I appreciate you. Okay? Because you did something that you didn't have to do. And you were also here and you didn't have to be here. So thank you guys. You guys have a wonderful, wonderful rest of your thoughtful Thursday. Think positive things. And if there are some negative things weighing on you, think of some good thoughts or some good ways to get rid of them, or at least to quell them, to calm them. You know, a lot of times all we can do is pray and wait. So that's what you have to do. A lot of times, because that's all you can do. All right? So tomorrow is Friday. Some people say Friday. I say it's Friday. Fun-filled Friday. Right? Have yourself, think of some ways to have some fun this weekend. If you work this weekend, like some people work every weekend. Some people, they're off a couple of days during the week and they work every other weekend, or however you do it, if you're working or not. Just like I always say during the week, find about 15 minutes each and every day, about 15, to just take some deep breaths in and out and to spend some time with yourself. Spend some time with you and think about those, think about those ways to keep positivity flowing within. Also, take another 15 minutes during the day and just relax, chill. Don't think about anything. All right? Just let your mind be at ease. Okay? Keep a calm mind. So I will see you guys on the next one. And thank you guys for being here. Again, I appreciate the moderators. A lot of them have channels. You guys check them out if you know them. I appreciate the subscribers. Good trolls come through sometimes and they say positive things. Right? And I appreciate people who are just coming through to check things out. And YouTube, I appreciate you for allowing us this platform. So you guys have a wonderful rest of your Thoughtful Thursday. And prepare to have a wonderful weekend. Bye, y'all.